Hi, I'm Steve Cotter of the International Kettlebell and Fitness Federation. IKFF is partnering with Kettlebell Kings. Kettlebell Kings provides the best quality kettlebells and service, and so we want to also provide you with the best kettlebell education. Today I'm going to show you 15 different ways to practice the kettlebell press, making it either easier or more difficult depending on how you use it. And I'm going to do it all with a single kettlebell. Now, a basic idea of any type of fitness training is called progressive overload. That means once your body gets used to a certain stress, you have to increase the difficulty to continue to progress and make it more challenging. The common ways of doing that is to either add weight, so select a heavier weight. Another way is to do more reps. A third way is to increase the speed, so do more repetitions per minute. However, with kettlebell, because of the unique design, there's other ways we can progressively overload, and that is by changing the leverage. So you can take any exercise and make it either easier or more difficult depending on how you hold the kettlebell. So today I'm going to show you how to actually challenge yourself with one kettlebell, and I'm going to use the press, but you can apply this to many other basic kettlebell exercises as well. So I have my Kettlebell Kings competition kettlebell here. We're going to start with what's called a military press or a strict press. So you bring the kettlebell to your chest, the feet together, everything is completely extended, and you press. Okay. Now I'll show you a few ways to make the press easier. One way is called the push press, where you use your legs. So you load the legs and then extend the legs as you press. And that's a push press. A second variation is called the jerk or the jerk press, where you do an under squat. So you bump it and then you drop under before standing up. Another way you can make the press easier is to lever using your hip. This is called a side press. So if the kettlebell is a little heavy to strict press, you push your hip under and push your body away and then straighten up. This is called a side press. Another way of pressing is called the bent press. Now in the bent press, you're going to angle your feet about 45 degrees. You turn and open so that your lat serves as a shelf for your elbow. And now as you push against the kettlebell, you're actually pushing your body away, coming under before standing up. Okay, so there you have the strict press and 3 different ways of making the press easier. Now I'm going to show you ways to make the press more difficult. One way we can make the kettlebell press more difficult without increasing the weight is by changing the lever. So from here, instead of holding by the handle, you're going to bring the kettlebell onto your palm. This is called an open palm press, and so it's more difficult to balance as you press up. And that's an open palm press. You can challenge further by putting the bottom of the kettlebell on your palm. This is also an open palm press, sometimes called the waiter's press. Now, if that becomes easy, you want to make it even more difficult, you do what's called a bottoms up press. So you bring the kettlebell, but you hold it with the bottom facing up. Now, this is very difficult to balance, so you have to really squeeze with the grip. If your grip is not solid, it's going to fall. So you bottoms up in the clean, and then you press, holding the kettlebell in this bottoms up position. Another way to increase the difficulty is to reduce your base of support. So instead of pressing on two legs, we're going to come shifting onto one leg, picking the foot up. Okay, balance from here and press. Okay. Now, another way of doing that, so I did what's called a contralateral. So I shift to the opposite and press. Now another way is a one leg press from the same leg, or ipsilateral. So now same hand, same foot, shift, pick the opposite foot up, and so now we have a contralateral and an ipsilateral. From here, we can also change the base of support. So we can come down onto the knees and a kneeling press. This is going to take the legs out of the equation, forcing you to use more of your core and upper body stability. Further, we can do a split kneeling or half kneeling. And again, same thing on the other side. So ipsilateral. Okay. Yet another way is the same idea, but from a lunge position. So standing again, but now you're in a lunge position. Body stays upright, not folded, hips forward, shoulders back. Find your base and press. And again, same idea, same hand and foot, slightly different balance here. Okay, from here we can bring it all the way down into a seated position. We have a seated position here. Now, very important, a lot of times when people do the seated press, or what's called the Z press, you get very sloppy, start bending and leaning back. That's poor technique. So good technique, body upright, pull the toes, place the knees, the back of the knee, pushing into the ground. So now you have a solid base. Okay, from here, press. Okay, and then finally, and this may be the most difficult press variation, this is called the SOTS press. So from here, you're going to clean the kettlebell to your chest, squat all the way down, counterbalance. Now from here you press. Okay? If you want to make it even more challenging from there, you can start moving around from this squat position or SOTS press position. So from here, start moving around. Okay, so there you have about I don't know, 15, 16, 17 different variations. And of course, with that, you can combine them into all types of combinations, giving you almost unlimited variation. So, for example, I can do a kneeling press from the waiter's press position. Okay, or a one leg bottoms up press, and so on. So you have the idea. So there I gave you maybe 20 different variations, and you can make your own combinations. So again, I just have one Kettlebell Kings competition kettlebell. I can manipulate the grip, the stance, the position to make it either easier or more difficult. So give that a try. Visit my website, ikff.com. I do seminars and certifications all over the world. And check out kettlebellkings.com for the best kettlebells out there. See you next time.